G'day legends, Sunken Dutchman here. Got a bit of a crew today. We got Jono and we got El Pumpo, and it's a cracker day and we're heading out for a dive just at our local, and yeah, we don't know what the day is going to bring, but we just want to get out there and get wet. So hopefully we've got some action for you, and we've got something to show you. Cheers.
Just to keep things in a bit of a reality check, the conditions were really good. Good visibility, low swell, low wind, but in terms of crays, it was a really hard slog. Now, by the time I had found this cray, I had done upwards of 100 dives and not seen anything. So although you see this clip and it's like, oh, straight onto crays, in reality it doesn't always happen that way. It takes ages to find these guys sometimes, and finding them is just the first battle. After you find them, getting them out of the hole, getting them onto the boat and onto the dinner plate is a whole different ballgame. Considering I had done, like I said, upwards of 100 dives, when I came across this cray, I was really trying to take my time. I was using the technique that I use commonly when I find a cray that is up the back of a hole and has a lot of room to move, where I try and bait them out with a fish that I've shot. So this appeared to be the best method in this case, from my opinion. Like I said, the cray had a fair bit of room to move back and to both sides, so I was just trying to get him to move forward slightly. What I don't actually show you in these clips is that I dove on this cray about 5 or 6 times. And each time I dove on the cray, the exact same scenario played out. If I held the fish right up in his face, he would be sort of mega interested and he'd try and pull it in and have a munch. But if I tried to drag the fish forward a bit, as soon as I sort of got him out of his comfort zone, he would bail on the fish and just retract back into his hole. After about 5 or 6 attempts at this cray, I probably started to get a little bit frustrated. I was sort of wanting to pull him out and just get him on the boat. So I thought a different approach would probably be best, rightly or wrongly. And what we decided to do was that I would actually go for the cray from another entrance to this hole, and Jono would sit at the entrance that I was trying to bait the cray out. And if I missed or he bolted, hopefully he would bolt in the direction of Jono, who would be waiting in the slips and just catch the cray ready to go. Now, unfortunately for me, that's not how the scenario played out. When I had my first grab, I was only able to get just to the tip of his horns, not a good hold on him, and he was able to kick back and kick back into the middle of the cave. I quickly gave the fish that I was trying to bait him out with to Jono and went to the other side, and I found him and I had a second grab, but again I could only get to the tip of his horns. Now when he kicked back this time, he actually kicked back and left the cave system and kicked back into some of the surrounding rocks. I quickly did a check desperately to try and find where he went, but there was no chance. It's an absolute labyrinth and he had plenty of places to hide. So unfortunately for me, no cray this time. Now, we were all pretty cooked doing a fair few dives, but we were pretty keen to get Jono onto a cray. So we decided to jump back in the boat and move to a last spot. And when we got to the last spot, Jono did an awesome job in actually locating himself a cray that he was lucky enough to have a first grab at.
It was too fucking premature. I fucking had it in my hand and just fucking slipped straight through.
Did he go back or out?
Back.
Can he grab it?
Hey?
Can he grab it?
Can I grab it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's have a look.
We went down and had another look under this hole, and we noticed that the cray actually hadn't moved. So Jono had a first crack, but didn't scare it enough to bolt from the hole. So we knew it was holed up, and we could have another crack at getting this thing out.
Still there?
He's still there. I can see silhouette. We just need to let that dust settle.
Yeah, right.
So after waiting a few minutes, we got a good breather, we let the dust settle, and Jono went down and had his second attempt at getting this cray out of the hole, and he was lucky enough to get his hands on it again.
Fucking prick!
Bugger!
Fuck!
He had his legs, not his horns. Oh well.
That's spewing.
Yeah, don't throw them. You can boil them up and eat them.
Fuck!
That's classic.
We worked out that even though Jono had a grab and ripped a couple of legs off, that the cray was still actually in the hole. So he headed straight back down for a third attempt at grabbing this cray. And on this time, they say third time's a charm, he was lucky enough to get it out of the hole.
Yes!
Dog! Hey, take me! Fucking roaching! Fuck yeah!
You can let him go. I got him.
He won't let me go! Oh, yes!
That's awesome,
That
mate.
big or not?
Oh, mate, it's a fucking crayfish, dude. That's unreal.
Oh,
you go
mate.
home with a cray.
Fuck yes! Hold it! Oh man!
That's unreal.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, you legend.
Fuck,
You
that's good.
fucking legend.
That was by far the highlight of the day. Watching someone get their first crayfish and how stoked they get. The stoke just rubs off on you. He was wrapped and we were wrapped, and yeah, he was going home with a feed. So it was just an epic day, and to finish off like that was wicked. So with that said, another adventure done. Hope you guys get out there, get wet and get a feed. See you on the next one. Cheers.